Welcome back to the Team 7 podcast. We are at episode number 24 in the entire series and episode number 5 of Shippuden, covering anime episodes 40 through 46. So we're right in the middle, actually kind of the end of the Tenchi Bridge reconnaissance mission. And we got to see the culmination last time. We've taken a little bit of a break, but last time we saw that Sai, Naruto, Sakura, Yamato heading for the Tenchi Bridge and trying to catch the spy. And we learned that was Kabuto. Orochimaru showed up, and Naruto is not happy with that. So we'll pick up with episode 40, Nine Tails Unleashed. This is when Naruto really starts to lose his shit, really, just because he's so upset with Orochimaru. What did y'all think? Most of this arc really was the fight between Naruto and Orochimaru. And then the last 2 episodes, we got to see what's to come. But what were some initial thoughts?
My favorite reveal here was the Yamato thing, and the he shares DNA from with the first Hokage, right? Tell me if I'm getting any of this wrong, because I'm notorious for like getting details off. But so he shares DNA with the first Hokage. That's part of Orochimaru's experiments, which when I was watching this, I was like, wait, this is a child soldier thing, just like I thought.
Yeah.
Kind of.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Orochimaru, definitely Ochimaru, some may call him.
Ochi.
You're not far off. You're not far off.
I was definitely appreciative that they didn't take a long time to get back into the Nine Tails cloak, because that was a big buildup in the last episodes that we covered, and now it's like immediately back into the kind of the meat and potatoes of what Jiraiya was warning Yamato about before. And so I was appreciative that it didn't take a while to get into that, kind of like the first one was Zabuza, where it was like, what is this going on? We've already seen it. We know what's coming, and they just kind of dive right into it. And that, I think that the reason I like that is because the speed of it, that's been a conversation before, and A or B, I don't remember what I said.
2.
Yeah. I appreciated the fact that he's that mad because he's taken Sasuke away from him. But I also think there's been a lot of tension internally with Sai and all this stuff happening, that it's just kind of like an unleashing of this anger in a way. So big fan of how it opens, at least episode 40.
Yeah, I mean, jumping around pretty heavily, because this is from episode 46. I like that we see the full. That's not even the full power. That's less than half power at Four Tails,
right?
And how devastating that power is. And then in episode 46, how Yamato is like, "You will kill everyone if you rely on that."
Yeah.
Like, you will absolutely destroy everything you love if you rely on that. Yeah. Which I think is a nice, I think it's nice to see how strong it is, and then learn, that doesn't mean that we use it.
Yeah.
And in fact, the opposite. Like, we shouldn't rely on that. We should try to not let that happen. Because I think in 40, 39 even from last batch, he lands on that bridge and eyes are already red. Mm-hmm. Like, he's already starting to let that bleed through. And then in 40, obviously, he is taken over by the Nine Tails chakra. I think that every time I watch this arc, in this specific part, when his skin is tearing off, it is just the absolute worst feeling. Like
Wild. Yeah.
I am having the worst feeling because I'm like, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like to experience that and it just like flake away, just gross, dude. But let's talk about how he comes back and skin just okay. Like
Yeah, it's just fine.
Yeah,
Dude, it brought me back to like some of the Indiana Jones movies where like he picks up the right cup, the carpenter's cup or whatever, and the soldiers that are there to try and get Indiana Jones, their skin just like melts off of their skeletons. I was like, I hope that doesn't happen in Naruto. Sorry.
Don't come after me for this, but I've
Triggering.
never seen an Indiana Jones movie.
I've only seen one, and I've been told it's the worst one. It's the Crystal.
Was it the one with Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, Crystal Skull.
Oh my God.
And
Shia LaBeouf.
Hey, Shia roast beef. Anyways, I don't think that it just reappeared though. I know we haven't really been told what Yamato's power is from the first Hokage or the fourth Hokage. First? Yeah, first.
His power is from the first. Yamato's power is from the first, yes.
I don't think we've been really given an explanation of what that is, but we've also been told that he's kind of like resealing that seal jutsu. So I feel like that's kind of like healing his body back to what it should be. I don't necessarily think it's just like, oh, my skin's back after you just obliterated it, Mr. Fox. Like it's I feel like it's being put back through a jutsu of sorts.
That's a good thought. I actually don't know. We have a lore master now in the comments. Lore master, if you would like to tell us what happens, because I don't know. I just assume, like I watched that and I was like, okay, skin comes back. I accept it. But if there's a more like defined reason, I would like to know. And I think that that's a good theory, Zach.
Hell yeah.
What are you laughing at? Me calling him lore master? He's our lore master.
Jet Kirby in our YouTube comments is killing it right now. I have not even caught up on the sheer number of things that this person has commented on, but it's really cool. Yeah. Really cool information. I did see the most recent one was that we are mispronouncing. I think we've been calling him Kisame, but it's Kisame. Is the
Kisame?
Yeah, right. But it's lore master. You know, he cares.
I was not laughing at the lore master. I was going to start singing a chant of any time the lore master is brought up. We sing it, but I'm like, I don't want that to be on an Instagram reel someday.
I feel that. So, I do not want to participate.
Just kidding.
I don't know that I could freestyle it. I'll write it out and give what's his name? Jet
Kirby.
Jet Kirby on the way, bro. It's coming for you.
Here we go. Hey, back to Naruto and the four tails coming out and the cloak and everything. It gave me a lot more respect for Gaara's character because, you know, Gaara seemed to really reel in the one tail and control it and have some kind of healthy relationship with it to where it wasn't taking him over anymore. And it's like, man, if Naruto could just go back to the Sand Village and like train with him a little bit, I hope that happens in the future. I hope there's like some Naruto and Gaara interaction surrounding that.
Yeah, I have faith that there will be Gaara Naruto time.
Garuto.
Whoa, bro!
It would still be better than Boruto. So, yeah, go ahead, Z.
So, Sai. Okay, we've had convos about him before. I was pleasantly surprised by the writing of this show. I've mentioned trust issues thousands of times so far, and I didn't have trust issues here, but I didn't know what was next with Sai because it's not like super predictable like most Hollywood can be. And I was surprised in a certain way. So we find out pretty early in 41 that he has ulterior motives. He says something about like it's time for his real mission to begin, things like that. But I kind of immediately went to his his teacher of sorts. What was he called?
Donzo.
Donzo, more like dunce. Oh,
Yikes!
It's a missed opportunity for Dunzo because I want to be Dunzo with him.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of felt like he was going to like train Sai to be like the hero of the village, and like they don't need these shinobi. They've got this kid, and the program works. But I was surprised that it was like, hey, I'm actually skipping sides, and we don't know the full scope of that yet. Maybe we do, because he might not be with us anymore.
We do not.
Was he? We don't know.
We don't know his motivation.
So all that to say, I was like, okay, I get it. He's not a good guy, and I don't like him, and that's why I don't like him. So
easy peasy.
Dunzo
and Donzo.
I like it.
So I was watching this batch whenever it was, and my wife walks in, and Orochimaru is 25 feet long from the head to the shoulders. And she's like, what in the world is that? And it was actually at the time, I think it was 43, whenever he has shot that sword out of his mouth over 200 miles, it seems, and into Naruto's like chest, and it won't pierce or whatever. But that's like the first frame she saw, was that entire long sword and him at the end of it with just like snake neck. I can't stand. I love his character. Love it. But the way that his character interacts in the world gives me the heebie-jeebies, let's call it.
It's so nasty. He like vomits.
Yeah, it's nasty.
He like vomits new Orochimaru out. Yeah.
It's like he's shedding skin because he's a snake.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But it also doesn't make sense because who sheds skin like that?
There's a certain point.
But that battle was really cool.
I agree with you. The battle is cool. There's a certain point in 43 where I just put, God, Orochimaru is gross. I don't even remember what was happening there. But I know in 42, one of the notes I made was mouth snakes with mouth swords, which is difficult to say. And then he vomits a new one. And
the worst one is when he vomits and his head is still like suspended in air, and then it falls like a flaccid wiener. It's like, yo.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I also am detested by that. And I couldn't be more on Naruto's side. Naruto could be the villain here. I'd be on Naruto's side.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That's how gross that is.
Well,
absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it's just he's been heaving and jeebing since the first time we saw him in the Forbidden Forest. So
that's a good point. He's definitely had that same vibe the whole time.
Yeah.
Very flaccid. So switching gears again, when Naruto's still in this like Nine-Tails cloak and Sakura's like, this is my fault, and they just like runs up to him every time. Now we've talked about Sakura at length. We're on her side. We're fine with her. This has to be one of the stupidest things that you could do at this time. Like, can you not read the situation? Like, do you really think that you're going to like, what is it, Black Widow and the Hulk, like that she's going to walk up and be like, hey, big guy. And Naruto's going to be like, never mind. Like, this dude is like a demon right now. Like, he is not himself. I find it so stupid. But then the hit she takes versus the wound that is shown is not they're not 1-to-1. The hit she takes and the amount of pain that she seems to be in, but then it just looks like she's got like 3 little scratches. Like you would think that he would have obliterated her with like one shot.
So I had a question about that. Is that just a testament to like how strong she is now? Or is it that the hit that he put on her like hit deep? It's almost like when you get bruised or something, like you don't see all the damage that's done. Like maybe it's never explained because it's not like a huge detail or anything.
Yeah, to my knowledge, it's not. I today was thinking about it as like maybe because she took a hit like from like straight chakra, it like did some like damage to like her chakra system. Completely a theory. Like I don't even think that there's anything to back that up.
It's like a gentle fist kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of, honestly. Like it, like where it may not look as bad, but the damage is like so internal.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I had to chalk it up to anyways, even if it wasn't just because it's like the chakra system's damaged, but like she took a hit that while her arm is still intact, obviously, like it's still a severe hit. Because that's the only way that it would really make sense. It wouldn't make sense to be able to put out such devastating power that they hate trees in this show, like you've said before, Asher. They hate trees. So Naruto decimates like just the biggest crater ever that we've seen in the show so far, and then he like taps her. But he can't discern friend from foe. Mm-hmm. So he wouldn't be able to like, lay off a little bit to like hit her.
Right.
So I don't know. It's, to me, it's one of those things that it's like it's because it's not a huge deal. We just kind of move on. But whenever you start to think about the details, it's like, why is it this way? Why is it not so much worse?
But I have a question as well, because in 41, we go back to the gate where the beast is being held in, the cage, if you will. And Naruto's floating in that. I don't even know what else to call it other than like a hallucination. Like
it's just kind of like that's like just inside of him.
Right.
Subconscious, whatever. I don't know.
It's kind of like the Upside Down where it's like water, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's dark, but it's flooded like to the top. So he's floating into this gate and just kind of like, I guess, like, just do your thing, Fox. I don't really know what to do here type vibes from that. Like, it was never an exchange like, I give you permission to like take over my body. But I just don't see that piece of that interaction with Sakura as Naruto hitting her. I see that as the Fox hitting her.
And that's absolutely my point, is because he's been taken so like, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to just
hostage.
Like possessed by the Fox. Like it is not Naruto. That's why he doesn't have any memories of it or anything like that. And even more so, to my point, that the Fox would see only enemies and say, like, get out of here. And he hits Orochimaru from here to the Netherlands. And, like, he just, like, hits her, like, 50 feet. Like, it's just, like, it's, like, different.
I feel, but that was the kind of the point that I was trying to get to, is, like, I feel like maybe the Fox can see through Naruto in the moments where it's just Naruto, and maybe this is totally unreal and
he's
true.
Always like there.
He's always present and like able to watch what's happening. And I don't know the exact quotes, but he mentioned a few of those things during the Sasuke fight. So maybe he knows it's Sakura and Sakura is a friend, but like, hey, Sakura, don't interfere. It was like enough to be like, don't do this again. But also, I'm not going to kill you because I know you're friends with the boy that I'm taking over.
Ninetales doesn't care.
You don't think so?
Fox
See, you've said stuff like this before, and I'm just not buying it completely.
I will say, for everybody listening, even knowing what's going to happen, I try to stay at the knowledge of the beginning all the way through episode 46. I try to not let future things influence what I say now. But sometimes it does. And sometimes it's just not big enough of a deal to like stop me from letting it influence what I say. But also sometimes I don't want you to believe something that's so wrong about the character that I like want to correct it. I'm not going to say which this is. Could be any of the three. We don't know. We're going to find out. But those are usually where it ends up falling. I'll either try to keep us away from things that's going to change your perception of the show entirely if you believe it, which is not often. Like it's like the Inari stuff, like from way back when. I'd being like, oh, I hope Inari comes back.
Who?
Exactly. And I was like,
just kidding.
And
the boy from the village.
and then and then me just kind of shutting that down, like, hey, just want to go ahead and put that out there. It's just not a big deal, but you won't see him. Like we're done. So, but then there are other examples. I don't have to go into all those, but for this specifically, Ninetales is not Naruto's friend and is not in the business of like protecting Naruto in any way. Because if he could, he'd be out of it. He'd be out of Naruto. He'd kill Naruto, be out of there. He'd go free, run rampant. He does not want to be sealed. And that's the case with all.
You're saying he's just trapped right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He got trapped inside Naruto. That's why they have to reinforce that seal, because if it breaks, he'd
Well, part of the reason that I'm feeling the way that I do about that.
So neither of you guys trust me right now, is what you're trying to say. Before you even finish.
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay,
no,
whatever.
We'll see.
Not an ounce of trust on this topic specifically.
I'm not convinced because it's anime, and like
here's the
deal, expect
though.
the unexpected so far around that you're like, well, expect the expected, and then that happens, and you're still like, holy shit.
But I get it. I get it from a stance of like the opening scene of the show was like the context of the Ninetales Fox Unleashed. Like, screw the name of the first episode of 40. The actual Unleashed Ninetales Fox was the beginning where he was destroying everything and had to be sealed into somebody, and so they put him into Naruto as a baby. Right? Yeah. I get that. He was unhinged to the nines, if you will, because he's got 9 tails. But I don't know, man. I feel like this is the first time he's kind of grown up with a baby, and he's like, we could do some stuff here, huh? You do this, I do this, and
is Dinjar in Grogu situation?
Who knows? I'm just gonna.
I don't know who either of those people are.
We're gonna leave that to the comments section, and just we're gonna have to watch and see. You will get your answers on all this.
Hang on, are those characters from this show?
Din Djarin and Grogu? That's from The Mandalorian.
Not seen those.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think that Gaara and our lore master Jet Kirby has called the raccoon a tanuki.
Yep, like Mario.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're best friends. That's my prediction.
Well,
best friends for life.
Well, they're not anymore.
It's a great point. Oopsie.
Zach looks super confused by that statement.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Just a little refresher. So Gaara got killed because they extracted the 9 tails from him, or the 1 tail from him. And that whenever you have a tailed beast like leave the Jinchuriki, the Jinchuriki dies. So Gaara is not with the 1 tail anymore. He got brought back by blanking. Help.
Oh, Grandma
Chio.
Yeah.
Chio.
But yeah, not best friends anymore.
Here's the thing. I mean, they extracted the 1 tail. I think that means there will be some One Tail in the future. This is a wild prediction. I know. I think it's going to see Gaara and be like, screw these Akatsuki MFers. I'm with that kid. And they're going to fight together again. That's my big, bold prediction for this episode that has nothing to do with this set of episodes that has nothing to do with Gaara.
Yeah, Gaara hasn't been in it in forever.
See,
I think I'm obsessed with Gaara.
I disagree with that only because maybe I'm disagreeing with myself now. Because if he's like, screw the Akatsuki, why would he go be trapped in another body if he's already like able to get out of an Akatsuki? Why would he not just be the Tanuki who's doing the
No,
stuff?
that's what I'm saying. I think he's
not
going to be
out though.
I know, but I'm saying if there's an opportunity where he's like, screw the Akatsuki,
yeah,
it would just be to destroy things, not to be in another body. So why would
Let's go ahead and apply that to Naruto?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think I'm disagreeing with myself.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that boy does not care about Sakura.
Not at all. Because he want to go rampant. He wants to kill.
Destroy.
But does he care at all about Naruto? Just an ounce. I know you're saying no, Logan. But does he care about Naruto just an ounce at this point to where he's like, I'm not going to kill her, but I'm going to hit her really hard and get her out of the way?
Who's to say?
Or does he...
46 episodes in, we don't have that knowledge.
Yeah, true.
Wild prediction. I think he's going to look at Sakura and say, pull my finger. And she does, and the whole world explodes. All
right. Well, thanks for tuning in. That is the episode, and we'll see you next time. What a take that was. It's great. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll get our answers as always. There's time. We got 460-ish episodes ahead of us.
So excited.
So, yeah. So we spoke about Sai just a little bit. Zach spoke about him a little bit. Asher, what were your predictions with Sai going into this batch? What are your predictions for both of you into the next batch? Do we think that Sai is... What do we think his motivations are? What do we think that because he's really hard to get a read on. And all this stuff with the book, we did get a little glimpse that Sai feels something. He definitely has some sort of emotion, as though he says he doesn't, because whenever he realized that book was gone, he didn't want to show it, but Orochimaru caught on to it. He wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, Zach, I think you had great takes on Sai, just pointing out those little details of when he definitely does have emotion. I don't know, Logan, you kind of said it all just by saying that he's hard to get a read on. Like, I don't know. I definitely don't think that he's enjoying being around Orochimaru. I think that's part of the soldier part of him that's like, this is my task and I have to do it. My only really prediction here is that he has some kind of relationship to Kabuto, and I just don't know. Like, when they were looking at the book and it kind of flashed back between different scenes, I was like, wait, are they trying to tell us that like the lighter haired brother in the story, like, is that supposed to be Kabuto? Are we supposed to have experienced this character already? But I don't know. Like, that would be wild. But at this point, it just seems like I'm grasping at straws, obviously, but it seems like anything could kind of happen here. Or he's just doing Dunzo's dirty work.
I can't remember for sure, but I believe that whenever Sai and Sakura are speaking and Sakura says, you have a brother, like, imagine what it's like to lose him. And then Sai says, like, I don't have to because I already did. So we are definitely led to believe that brother is
dead.
No longer, is dead. But I do love that theory about Kabuto being the older brother, because the implication of that could be that Sai's real mission is to team up with his brother to take out Orochimaru. Just a theory. We don't know.
I mean, if he's already lost him, like he's removed emotion through brainwashing of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe he's just considering losing his brother because he doesn't really care for him anymore, but also because his brother is out of the picture because he's been with Orochimaru for so long.
Okay.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, it's more like emotionally he's dead to me.
The only reason I say that is because I did not get the vibe that his brother was dead when he said that.
Right.
Okay. I like these theories.
Well, see, I honestly kind of did for a second, and then I was like, no, this is anime. Not really.
Gotta remember what we're watching here.
Yeah. The biggest tell of Sai that I knew, like, nope, he's just a bad guy, is when he left Sakura, just like when she fell off the bridge. He was just like,
what a cold scene.
Didn't even
bro.
look to be like, oh, good luck trying to get up. It was just like not even like didn't even care that she was falling. I was just like, he's just, the ulterior motives are bad.
Or he's just so focused on his mission that like she is not a human in his periphery, you know?
Yeah. Mm.
The biggest takeaway from these entire episodes for me was Yamato and Naruto's conversation about going back to the Nine-Tailed Fox, going back to, like, he essentially told him the fox is not your power. You need to channel your own strength and figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
That to me was a wild take, because up until that point, I was like hell-bent on him like being able to control this fox. And that leads me to believe like two things. A, they're naive enough to like think, you know, kind of like society before phones or computers were invented. It was like, that's not even an option. But then somebody breaks through and they do it, and it's like, oh, well, I guess we can do this. I feel like that's a possibility where Naruto is like, nope, I got it. I can control it, and I'm going to and use it as my power. But then the other side of my thought process is this show has a whole new dynamic that I was not expecting. I was expecting this to be the goal, control it, destroy the world for good. Like, not destroy it, but like take out all the bad guys that you see.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's like to me, it's hard for Naruto, but like if I was in Naruto's position and I had a demon fox that had all this power trapped inside me, but I was told you're not supposed to use that for your advantage or for, you know, taking out the enemy, I'd be like, okay, well, let's find some other sucker who wants it that, you know, can do that, because that's not what I signed up for. You know, like that's a whole different train of thought.
You can't really pass it off because he would die.
I'd die. I would die.
You would rather die?
Maybe not. I got 3 kids and a wife.
Okay, well, yeah, but let's say you're Naruto.
Oh yeah, I'm dead.
What? I don't.
Just Dunzo.
Yeah.
You're wild.
You.
I don't believe you. You have more wherewithal and perseverance than that.
Yeah, but like, what a burden to bear.
Yeah. What a burden.
Exactly.
As far as big takeaways go, I was just gonna say the reveal of Orochimaru doing the DNA stuff with all the kids, which I don't really fully understand what all the experiments are. I don't know if we're made to yet, but it now finally makes sense that he defected from the Akatsuki and he has his own agenda. So that was a big question for me of like, when are we going to find this out? Like, what could it possibly be? Like, this seems so in line with something that Orochimaru and Orochimaru's tongue would want to get in on. So why would he like leave this kind of super group of villains, you know?
Mhm.
And I feel the same about Sai and whatever happened with his brother and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I have no idea what's going to happen next, which is exciting. And it's also like, I just want to know so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, on that note, we are getting really, really close to the upgrade to HD. We will have
Bring it.
we will have this upcoming batch to finish up season 2. So we'll go through 53 and then we will skip all of season 4. It's all filler. And then we'll be immediately into HD stuff. So I don't know why I brought that up. I've already forgotten.
I don't know if you were wrapping us
Had a
up, but
reason.
like, I don't.
No, I definitely am not. I've got a few more things that I want to talk about and, predictions for.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that was actually it. Was that what not knowing what's next is such a like fun place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this part of Shippuden for me where I can't use any specifics, but there is let's call it like a halfway point in Shippuden. And from there onward, I remember very vivid. And from beginning to about where we're at, maybe a little bit into season 4, I remember just as vividly. Remember a lot of the details. And then from there, wherever, like right a little bit further from where we're at to that halfway point is a blur for me. I remember parts, and I think that if somebody were to bring up parts of that, I would then remember, but I just don't remember the way that the story goes in that one little part, if that makes sense. So I'm also looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to rewatching it to kind of just have a refresher more than anything, but to see what else I remember, because I did just finish Shippuden. I guess it was about a year ago now. I had done a rewatch. That's not the right way to say that.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, would that have been like your second time watching through it?
No, I wish it was probably
fourth.
It's weird because it's like I'll get in the mood. This podcast has obviously changed this for me entirely because I don't jump around like I used to. But I would like want to watch specific arcs, so then I would go watch that in its entirety. I've probably watched it 3 times, and then there are certain arcs that I've watched countless times. So, but that part that I'm referencing that I really can't remember a lot, I've probably only watched that 3 times in like my initial watch through, another watch through, and then in last year. So for whatever reason though, a lot of stuff just until I've seen it a lot of times, I just kind of, it leaves me and I forget.
It's also just a lot of content.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh. Yeah.
As you were saying that, I was like 3 times. I mean, that's not a lot because I've watched all of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I think exactly 3 times, but that's like 60 episodes total. Like that's nothing compared to this, you know?
Well, and it's so easy to, because like at least, so like the first watch through is in Japanese, and then the second and probably third, to be honest, was in mostly dub, if not all. So it's easy to watch while I'm like making breakfast or just like working or whatever. And I have it kind of in the background and I know what's happening already. So I am fine to like not watch every single second of it. And so as a byproduct of that, things get forgotten because it doesn't have your like top priority of attention. So
right.
Yeah. What's coming is extremely exciting, and whenever it does switch to HD, I think I brought this up last time. It's very evident that they started to be like, okay, let's start to wow people with visuals.
That's exciting.
Which is fun. Yeah. Oh no, I just got the hiccups. This sucks. So Yamato, obviously, he steps in. The fight's over. Okay, so first Orochimaru is like done. He doesn't have what it takes. I think if Naruto were to continue, he would have ultimately won that fight, but he would have lost himself as well. So Yamato very conveniently steps in right after Orochimaru is like, I'm done. I'm gonna have to retreat and be done, and like I'm gonna have to fight this another day. Yamato steps in and brings Naruto's skin back to his body, like we talked about. And then, yeah, they kind of reassess because Sai teams up with Orochimaru, leaves, and then the team is like still chasing after Orochimaru, which is justified. If they let him go, they're back at square one. So they're still going after him. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on like the end of this batch that we watched and what you guys think will happen next.
I think that there's a lot of ominous vibes in that chamber where Sasuke is. And
yeah,
I feel like we're about to get to see like Orochimaru's at the end of his ropes in his body and time is coming. Let's prepare to move Orochimaru over type part of the story. That's kind of the vibe I get down there.
I forgot about that. We do get to see, for the first time since episode 1, we get to see Sasuke. And I think it's interesting and it's nice that the attention to detail is great enough that every time that Naruto and Sakura think of Sasuke, while he's taller, he still is wearing the same clothes that they saw him in the last time they saw him. But we know from episode 1, because we get a flash forward, get a sneak peek at what's to come in that first episode. So we know that Sasuke looks different and is wearing a completely different outfit than what he was wearing. But this is the first time that we're actually shown that since then. So it's exciting because Sasuke is such a important part of the show. But we don't see him for the first 45 episodes.
Yeah,
that is wild. I still think he's kind of a bitch so far, but
it definitely is.
That is interesting that they always see him like this, right?
Those clothes, that's the way they see him.
Do
you have the other one?
Not the new. No, I don't. I don't know if they have one like a minifigure with the arm hand wings coming out of his back, but I do kind of hope that we see those again in. I
want that figure or not figure. Yeah, I want like a 6 to 8 inch like detailed figure of that.
It'd be awesome.
Like the second stage of the curse mark. It'd be so sweet. So yeah, any final thoughts? Any predictions for? I know that Zach has just given his. Asher, what about you?
It seems obvious that Sasuke is not going to be taken over by Orochimaru. But now saying that, I'm like, well, anything that seems obvious on the show, maybe it flips in some way or there's some kind of twist to it, right? I just don't think it's going to happen. But I also don't think that Orochimaru is going to like die or anything this early. And that's all just a timeline thing. Like that's the only reason I'm making those predictions. So.
Because you know how many episodes are in it and you know that where we're at. Yeah. I mean, that's logical deduction.
That's the only thing. It's just logical.
Okay, so let me expand my prediction because I said that, but I feel like it's going to transition to that conversation,
Yeah.
but some 11th hour BS is going to change the direction of the show. And it's going to be like, oh, never mind. This happens. Somebody comes and saves or does this. And I don't know that for sure, like who and what and when and where. But I think that conversation's going to start happening, but it's not going to actually happen.
Why do you say
Okay.
BS? Like plot
just
convenience?
Hollywood's so predictable.
Oh.
It's like, oh yeah, wish we could have called that. You know, like I'm calling it now. We're gonna be like, told you.
That's so funny. For as many like neck breaks that there really are in this show, there are an equal amount of like eye roll of like, of course.
Right.
So
that was convenient.
Yeah. So we'll figure out which it is for this though. I think that getting to know Sasuke now, because we don't know him anymore. Like it's been 3 years. He left a little bitch and he seems to be a little bitch, but we got to find out, and we'll find out soon enough. So the next batch is episodes 47 through 53. So that is another 7 episodes, which I think this last batch was also 7 episodes. So we'll get some answers to your predictions. Some of them will have to wait, obviously, but I'm excited for it. The culmination of this season is really the culmination of the first 53 episodes, even though it is broken up into 2 seasons, and 33 through 53 is supposed to be its own. We've been working towards this specifically since Naruto got back in the village at the beginning of Shippuden. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what y'all think.
So this
next week, whenever we meet,
this is the end of season 1 up to 53.
This is the end of season 2. Sorry, I misspoke earlier.
Oh, I got you.
So yeah, there's season 1 is episode 1 through 32, and that's the Kazakage rescue mission,
right? And
then 33 through 53 is the Tenchi Bridge reconnaissance mission.
Gotcha.
And that's just the arc name really for all that. But I say that to say it's broken up into 2 seasons, but it really, this is kind of what we've been building towards for over 50 episodes, and then we'll find out. It's very clear what the show doesn't lull so much. I mean, there is that little, we're going to skip a whole season. So I guess it does technically, but canon wise, it doesn't. So, yeah, I'm excited to get back into it for sure.
Me too.
Do you guys have any last thoughts before we break open another pack of cards?
Nope.
I'm going to skip them. I want to see them cards, boy.
Show me the money.
All right. I have to go get them because I forgot until this moment. So you guys can fill the air. Connor. Yeah, that's right.
Connor.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to look through here because I want to make sure I can show you all these. We have our first spoiler card that you won't get to see until a later date. I will put that into a pile, and we'll reveal that once we meet that character. So first we've got...
Hang on, before you go.
Yeah.
I just have to say the best music movie of all time
Drumline
is Mr. Holland's Opus.
Never heard of it.
All right, keep going.
It's a great movie.
I just wanted to troll you.
So Eno.
Hey, what up, Eno?
Shippuden Eno.
What up, crop tops?
There we go.
Gross.
Then we have Naruto
with the ramen.
Classic.
Love that art.
Pretty cool. And then we've got Sasuke, OG Sasuke.
Doing the suck it.
Yeah, he's kind of doing the suck it from... Who did that all the time?
Stone Cold
in WWE?
Steve Austin.
Yeah, that's right. Was it?
No, it was
DX.
other people.
Was it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
then this is the card that made my jaw drop because I think it's so cool. I'll put it on the back. We have Curse Mark Sasuke.
Ooh.
Is it in
Wow.
focus? I can't tell. Can y'all really
It did
tell?
for a
Yeah, there
second.
you go.
He's got the eye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if you look on like his left side,
Yeah.
he's like got the curse mark expanding over his body. Yeah, thank you, Connor. Dude, you have absolutely blessed us with these. I look at these every day in my office and I'm like, I want to just open so many of these. And he just showed up and was like, yo, I've got another surprise for you. He lives 2 minutes down the road, so it's not hard. But he brought me 2 more boxes.
What?
So yeah, we're good to go for the rest of the series. We could probably open another pack right now if y'all wanted to. So yeah, we've got to. It's whatever y'all want to do.
I vote we do one an episode, and then if we have a surplus, we just go ham.
Yeah.
I'm so down
Same.
for that. We can do it on our recap or whatever, like we did for OG.
Hey,
That's great.
I was
Great
gonna
idea.
just say for Connor, like, thank you so much for doing all those. It's too bad you're trash at Rocket League, though.
Yeah, I ditto that.
It's too bad.
Oh
Keep
my
trying
gosh.
though. I'll send you that video called "Get Good" on YouTube.
How about this? Anybody listening, if you also play Rocket League and your name's not Connor, then hit us up. You know, we're not good, but we play it. It's a fun way to spend our time.
Connor's especially not good.
Yeah, trash for sure.
Good friend though. Good friend.
Great friend.
Bringing
Great
cards
friend.
and stuff. Yeah.
Great buddy.
I tried to give this back to him. There we go. Tried to give that bookmark back to him, and he was like, "No." He's like, "Put it back." He said, "Keep it back there. I like it." And I was like, "Will do." I love it.
Great.
What a guy!
And I can't wait to like show it off again once we get a little bit further into the season or series.
True.
Yeah. So guess we'll go ahead and wrap up. Episodes 47 through 53 is the next batch. Hit us up on social media. If you're not already here because of social media, keep our comments section lively. We really do enjoy it. It's even just like letting us know you enjoy it or that you have your own opinions or whatever, or if you think that their takes, Asher and Zach's takes, are completely off the wall. Sometimes they are, and I adore it. So yeah, just hit us up. We'll see you guys next time.
Keep 'em,
episodes 47 through 53.
Keep them lively and spoiler free if you don't mind. And keep spoiler free for the manga of Attack on Titan too, if you don't mind.
Or like of anything. like why are we spoiling things in general? I don't get it. But yeah, especially for Naruto, let's try to keep it to what we've watched. So yeah, looking forward to it. See you next time then.